Hello folks, how are you doing today? This is Steve with Backyard Fed. Just wanted to get with you today and make sure you guys think about it. Like right now it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. God bless America. But our chickens are out here in the heat. Today we are out here and it is almost 90 degrees. So there's a couple things that we need to do to keep our chickens nice and cool. There's a lot of different things we can do. Like I make sure and I put ice in their water. Okay, I come out a few times a day and switch out their waters, make sure to fill it up with ice cubes, and they're able to get a nice cool drink. Another thing that you're really going to want to do is make sure you have a lot of shade. Like I'll walk you over here real quick, and if you come over here, all the way down this back side of the run, if you can look down there, I've got everything growing, so it keeps them a lot of shade. Okay? Now their run itself, I keep that completely shaded in. I've got it all tarped off. You can see those pretty little ladies over there right now. They're laying in the shade. They're enjoying it. Another thing I do, and this is something that I strongly recommend because it gets it into their system really well, is I bring out like frozen vegetables, little pieces of frozen carrot, frozen peas, stuff like that. As you can see here, I just gave them ladies some frozen peas there. So they're just in here enjoying the shade. And I can tell you from right now, just me standing in here, it's almost 90 out there, and I'll bet you it's 20 degrees cooler in this coop right now just because of the shade. Got the bottom opened up so some air can get through. But another thing you can do, which is one of my preferred methods, because chickens cool themselves by their feet. And I know a lot of people get little swimming pools and stuff like that, which is a good idea. It's not bad at all. I don't have a little swimming pool, and I don't really have room to like keep moving a swimming pool around and stuff like that. Like I said, I keep a lot of shade in my yard. But one of the best things you can do is actually take your garden hose, which I'm getting ready to do, and you spray that in the grass around your shaded areas and around your coop. I don't really spray it in my coop if I can help it, because I don't want a lot of moisture inside the coop and stuff. They dust bath in there and everything else. I put some diatomaceous earth in there, and I don't want the wetness and the moisture in there. It's just not good for the chickens. But on hot days like today, going out here and taking this area over by the compost pile, you know, just spraying that all down with some water. That's going to keep that ground really cool, and it's going to give them a nice comfortable spot to come. They lay in the grass, they walk around through it, they pick through it, and it's a good thing to do. So I do strongly recommend that. Another thing you can do, say you don't have ice, if you just take some water bottles and you freeze those, which will actually last a little bit longer too, because you've got a bigger surface area. So you just freeze your ice bottle or your water bottles, and when you change out their water, you just put a new bottle inside the water container. Most water containers are big enough to do that. That is one excellent way. Another thing I do if it's really hot is I've got those frozen ice blocks that you use for coolers and stuff. I will take those and I'll lay them inside their run, and that will give them somewhere to get close to, and I've actually seen them lay on it sometimes, but most of the time they just lay pretty close to it, and they're able to get that coolness off of that. So it's a really good way to do it. But yeah, those are pretty much my methods. I put ice in the water. I make sure I've got plenty of shade. I give them frozen vegetables for treats. I spray down the grass. That's pretty much what we do here. I'm sure there are some other methods. I haven't really had to do too much more than that. There are a couple signs you'll want to start watching for. One of the big signs that you're going to see if the chickens are getting overheated or too hot is their mouths are going to open kind of like a dog would, and they'll be panting. Another one is their wings start to droop. If you see these signs, make sure you get something to cool them down. Because if not, you're going to end up losing some chickens. Unfortunately, I know I live here in Michigan. A lot of people are always worried about like the cold and stuff here in Michigan. The cold doesn't really affect the chickens. They're actually very cold tolerable. Like, I don't have to heat my coop. I don't have to add any supplemental light or anything like that during the wintertime. Wintertime, they do just fine. The run stays covered, so it's not going to be full of snow in there. They're still going to have places to eat treats and stuff when I toss them out and stuff like that. But during the summertime, chickens have a lot of trouble during the summertime to regulate that heat. I mean, their feathers do hold in some air and stuff. It works like insulation. But they don't sweat. So it's really hard for them to release the heat in the summertime. So it's very important to actually keep them nice and cool. So if you see any of those signs, you see the panting, you see the wings starting to droop, you see them starting to lay around and not move around at all, make sure to get out there and do that. And you can see right now, like I said, it's almost 90 degrees today. I think it's 87 degrees. And I've got my little chicks. I don't know if you can see these little babies right here. Yeah, those are the little ones. They're only, I think they're 5 weeks old now. So they are out here. They're enjoying the weather. I've just got them covered up with a tarp. And I've got their water full of ice. And they're doing just fine. I did bring in the ice block that I had in there. It's thawed, so I need to refreeze that. But I'll be bringing that back out here in a little while. I know we're going to be leaving here in a couple hours to go to the fireworks. If we miss those, my kid will beat me. And, well, I don't want my kid getting upset like that. So, but yeah, that's all I'm saying, folks. Just make sure you take good effort in keeping the chickens cool and stuff during the summertime. They really can't regulate that heat. Oh, and make sure that they have a spot for dust baths and a spot to dig and stuff too, because that's their natural way to cool. They don't have access to ice and everything else. But if you look where these chickens are right now, every one of them are going to be shoved in the dirt somewhere. There's those two right there. Those ones right back in there. They're all going to be shoved into the dirt. All right, and what they do is they dig holes in there, and the coolness of the ground will actually help them cool down. So that's another one for you. But all right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. It is 4th of July. I got to get barbecuing here soon. So I just wanted to put this out there. It's really hot today, and I'm a little worried about my chicks and chickens, and I just want to make sure they stay cool. So you folks enjoy your 4th of July. God bless. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, let your backyard feed you. Bye now.